Hi, this is Barbara Harris, and this is the Sweet Density Lab, and I have my 2 candy bars, my Milky Way, and my Snickers, and so I'll show you the calculations. Alright, so first of all, I just took the candy bars out the wrapper. Of course. Okay, and then I took the measurement of the Milky Way first, and I got 9 centimeters, and then I took the Snickers and I did the exact same thing, and I got 9.5 centimeters, oh yeah, 9.5. And so I wrote those down on the lab, and I also took their height. And I got 1.5 centimeters for the Milky Way, and I got also 1.5 for the Snickers also. Okay, then I used my calculator and I did length times width times height, and I got and I got 40.5 centimeters cubed, and I did the same for the Snickers. Let's see. And I got 30.9 centimeters cubed, and then I took the grams off the wrapper, which the Milky Way was 52.2 grams and the Snickers was 52.7 grams. And then I calculated the mass by using I calculated the mass. I can't. Okay, and then I measured the mass in grams, and I got 54.11 grams for the Milky Way, and I got 53.87 grams for the Snickers. And then when I calculated the density by using the density formula, density equals mass over volume. So then I took the mass and divided it by the volume, and I got 0.2144 with a bar grams per centimeters cubed. And then I did the same for the Snickers, and I got 0.2064 grams per centimeters cubed. Then I took the pieces and I cut them in half, which they're apart here. Okay, and then I did the exact same thing. I measured each piece in centimeters, and I got 4.5 centimeters for the first piece of Milky Way, and then I did the exact same with the second piece, and I got the exact same. And then I did the Snickers, and I got 4.5 for piece 3 and 4.5 for piece 2 also. Okay, and then I did the width, which I got 3.5. Well, I did it this way. I got 3.5 for the first piece of Milky Way, and 3.5 for the second piece of Milky Way. And then I did the exact same for the Snickers. So I got 3 centimeters for this piece of Milky Way, and Snickers, sorry, and then 3 centimeters for this piece 4, which is the second piece of Milky Way. Snicker, I swear. Alright, and then I calculated the height, which is exactly 1.5 centimeters for the first Milky Way, and also 1.5 for the second Milky Way. And then I did the same for the Snickers, and I got 1.5 for the first Snicker, or 1.5 or 4 for the first Snicker, and 1.4 for the second Snicker. Then I calculated the volume of each half, and I got 20.25 centimeters cubed for the piece 1, and then I got 20.25 centimeters cubed for the second half, and then the first piece of the Snickers I got 18.9 centimeters cubed, and then the second piece of the Snickers I got 18.9 centimeters cubed. And then I measured the mass in grams of each piece, and I got 26.51 for the first piece of the Snickers, and Milky Way, and I got 25.60 grams for the second piece of the Milky Way, and then I got 25.67 grams for the first piece of Snickers, and 26.47 grams for the second piece of Snickers. Then I calculated the density by using the density formula, and so I did 26.51 divided by 20.25, and I got 1.31 grams per centimeters cubed. And I did the same for the second piece, and I got 1.30 grams per centimeters cubed. And then I went over to the Snickers, and I did 25.67 grams divided by 18.9 centimeters cubed, and I got 1.36 grams per centimeters cubed. And then the second one, I did 26.47 grams divided by 18.9 centimeters cubed, and I got 1.40 grams per centimeters cubed. And then I calculated the average density by adding the 2 pieces of Milky Way together, 1.31 grams per centimeters cubed plus 1.30 grams per centimeters cubed, and I got 1.305 grams per centimeters cubed. And then I went over to the Snickers, and I did the exact same thing. I did 1.36 grams per centimeters cubed plus 1.40 grams per centimeters cubed, and I got 1.38 grams per centimeters cubed.